Good morning, party people of the internet world. Today we are going to do yet another edition of Puppy Pot and Chill, and I got my bowl loaded. I got some news to talk about. My dog's over in front of the fan. Let's do this. I need my glasses. Need glasses to see. There I am. Boy, I'm ugly. Alright. A new study shows, Puppy Pot and Chill number 674, by the way. A new study shows that people get their news from the headlines. They don't read the story, but rather just read the headlines, and then they think they know the whole story. Then they go out and tell everybody about this new story that they know everything about when they didn't read anything about it in the first place. And this is the faux intelligence that is the root cause of low information. They think and believe they are smart when they are not. Democrats and Biden call on companies to censor your private texts about COVID, using fear to make it sound like this is a good idea. But now, like Alexa, they could be always surveilling your phone calls and messages. Well, it sounds good if you're trying to eliminate, disinformation, but why can't we have differentiating opinions on something, even if it is the vaccine or COVID or whatever? But anyway, you can't do that anymore. So Biden is actually going to the phone companies asking them to censor your messages. Let's take a hit. And always remember, you got to be 21 in a state where it's legal to smoke marijuana. If you're not 21 in a state where it's legal, just don't do it. Let's be smart. Stoners. Okay, if this is allowed, where they can monitor your SMS and Facebook and Twitter messages and stuff like that are meant to be private, then soon just regular speech will be monitored. And we're slowly getting there. They're slowly stripping away every layer until we're to the point where they're going to control all aspects of our life. Republicans are trying to make voting secure. Now, when we had this COVID lockdown, we had to vote, and we had to figure out a way to vote. And the way we did it was mailing ballots to houses and getting votes and having mass collections and early voting. And is what all that does is allow factions to figure out ways to cheat the system. There's a bit of morality that goes into voting. You want your vote to count. You want your vote to go to the person that you want it to go to. The Dems say that by creating these rules, it's making it difficult for some people to vote, which is bullshit. That's like saying it's too difficult to get a driver's license to drive. It's not. Or they're saying it's that some people can't get a photocopy. What? They're not making any sense. They're saying anything ludicrous to get this across where they can freely affect the change of votes, is the best way I can put it without getting deleted, I think. So the Republicans want to try to make it secure. Dems are trying to make it easy to vote, which makes it easy for factions to cheat. I wonder why. I mean, let's face it. You really believe that Biden got the most votes ever in history of any other president? That'd be like saying that Barack Obama held him back. No. Look. I don't know if they cheated their way into it or not. All I'm saying is, I don't believe how they got in there. I'm over it. Let's move on. But let's make sure that this can't be done in the future. Let's make sure that voting is secure, that your vote goes to the person you wish it to go to. That's all. That's all Republicans want to do, and Dems are trying to stop them. Texas governor says the vote-dodging Democrats will be arrested upon returning to Texas for illegally fleeing. Kamala Harris, our vice president, gave them big praise for that, saying she is so proud that they cheated the system that we have set up to pass bills and shit. Just whatever, fuck her. She also set up a deal to help bail rioters out. She tweeted it out. She tweeted out the link so that people can donate money to get rioters out of jail. This is our vice president. Fucking bitch. Greta Thunberg wants an immediate moratorium on fossil fuels. Can't wait for the future, gotta do it now. Let's take a vote. Or let's not. Let's take a hit before I get into it any further here. She wants it done now. Well, if we were to actually stop using all fossil fuels immediately, right now, hundreds of millions of people would die. We do not have a good replacement for fossil fuels for many of the things we need it for, like lubrication. Even those electric cars need fossil fuels to lubricate them to make them go down the road. So eliminating fossil fuels even eliminates those electric cars. See, Greta Thunberg does not understand how the world works because she's young and dumb. So she can say stupid shit like that, as long as we don't follow her lead, because she is young and dumb. And literally, stopping the usage of fossil fuels, just cutting it off, hundreds of millions would die. It'd be a literal genocide. That's what Greta Thunberg wants. Because she's young, because she's dumb, and she doesn't understand how the world works. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think we can quit using fossil fuels and go green. We can't. Like I just said, we do not have a suitable replacement for some of the things we use fossil fuels for. It's as simple as that. Dems and Biden still are pushing for the snitch on friends and family thing. Just like that one crazy guy across the water tried to do by indoctrinating the youth to get them to snitch on friends and neighbors and family. We won't mention names. It happened during World War II. But it's very familiar. This is very familiar to what happened. Let's see here. We gotta turn the page, get some more news. Let's take another hit. Oh, I'm getting high. Democrats are under fire for passing bills without a single Republican vote. You know what happened if the Republicans did that? If we said, we don't need any of your Democratic votes. We're going to pass this bill anyway. Holy shit. But the Dems can do it. And they did it. And now they're facing backlash for it. Because it's not a bipartisan bill. It's a bill they pushed through because they wanted to push it through. This is scary. They can make bills and push them through all by themselves. They don't need the other side of the aisle's votes at all. This can't be allowed. A London borough had to apologize for having a bare-bottomed actor in a monkey costume with mock genitalia encouraging kids to read more books. On top of that, the costume was a patchwork of psychedelic colors. It didn't even look like a monkey. It just looked like some crazy psychedelic weird pervert. I almost forgot. It had boobs too, of some sort. It was just absolutely. They're showing this to kids. This is beyond over the top. If I saw this, if I took my kids somewhere and I saw this, there'd be a massive problem and I would be involved and nobody would be happy at the end of it. U.S. Navy's in shambles as leaders prioritize wokeness over combat readiness. What the fuck? Really? Yeah, really. I don't want people in the service to be woke. I want them to be in ready-go status to go kick ass if needed, to protect the people of America if necessary. There was a fire on a ship, and it went to hell in a handbasket. Shit just got fucked up. Everything went crazy because they didn't have the correct training. They didn't prepare. They weren't ready. So when that happened, everybody knew what to call each other. They all had the pronouns down pat. But they had no idea how to put out a fucking fire. Some soldiers had to surrender to Iranian groups because they didn't have proper readiness. These American soldiers were on their knees, hands on their heads. They had to surrender to Iranian troops because they weren't ready. They were not prepared. They went over there and they knew what to call the Iranian terrorist people. They had the pronouns down pat, but they couldn't fight them. They weren't prepared. We're fucked. Communist Cuban police opened fire, live fire that is, on peaceful protesters in Cuba as protests heat up. BLM issues a statement of support for a Cuban communist dictatorship, blaming America for the communist failure, even though communist systems have proven themselves to fail every time. It needs no outside help for it to fail. But BLM is blaming America because for decades, America gave free shit to Cuba to try to help them with their free elections where it was rigged and the opponent would somehow disappear or go to jail or something like that and another dictator be placed in power. And we tried for years to help them. And finally we said, you know what? You guys can't be helped. So we quit giving them free shit. Now, because we did this, BLM is saying that's the reason that the communist system is failing. It's failing because communism only works in small scale. That's why they have communes. Anything bigger than a very small commune with like less than 100 people, and it's too big. It won't work. Oh, let me see here. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Let's take another hit. Oh, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, share it. And if you're feeling particularly crazy, subscribe. What's the worst that could happen? What else are you doing today? Subscribe to some lunatic that smokes pot and watches the news and tries to spread it. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do what the mainstream media won't do. I'm trying to get the actual factual news to you, though. Not some agenda lie that they're pushing. Fact check. Don't believe me. Why would you believe me? I'm a stoner. By the way, if you like what I'm saying, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Yeah. But why would you believe me? I'm a stoner. Fact check me if you watch my channel. I make mistakes all the time. Mainstream media news, with their agenda, you gotta fact check everything they say. I mean, almost everything that comes out of their mouths. If their lips are moving, they're lying. All right. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN, they're all guilty of it. They all have an agenda. It's all about money and clicks and more money and ratings, and has nothing to do with getting the truth to you. So, fact check, dig, find out for yourself what's really going on. Don't depend on everybody else or someone else to tell you what to think or how to think. All right. I think that's it, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be careful. I hope you have a good day. Peace. You can't love everybody. Let's try to hate. Let's try not to hate. I mean, I am stoned. You can't you can't love everybody, so let's try not to hate. This is some good shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. My dog's over there in front of the fan, not giving it up. It's still too hot. Yeah, peace. I love you fuckers. I hope everything goes your way. Be safe. Stay high, bitches.